Look at these bad boys right here. Puffer 5000s. That's the long puffer. Back. I'm running KRUESI. We're back on this performance bagger build. This bike started out as a wrecked bike, so it's got some things like this bag rail tab is bent. I'm going to try and straighten it out. Bill's going to be my lovely assistant today because I tore a bicep tendon and my left arm's not working very well. We're going to try and get the fairing on. I did pull the wiring. I got the controls, the cables, all that shit mocked up. I have to get different switch housings because, come to find out, bagger top switch housings do not work with Dyna lower switch housings. They are completely different bolt patterns. So we're trying to get rid of all that CB control stereo shit. That's it. We're still waiting on exhaust, still waiting on a seat. So we might get a bunch done today, and there might be like a little pause in episodes until we get the rest of the products in and parts. What the fuck's today? It's October 12th, right? Sounds right. Pit bike ride is October 30th. I'm hoping to be fucking dialed and ready by then, at least. Ugh. Oh, fuck, November 13th. Party at Suite 3. I need to start advertising for that shit too. Party at Suite 3, it's our old shop. It is for the Wounded Vets Run. All of the money goes to one disabled veteran. They just picked the recipient. He will be actually coming through. We're going to do a little video with him, I think, this week or next week. Introduce him to you guys, get his story, all that good stuff. They get a good check, dude. The party brings a lot of money, and 100% of it goes to that one individual that was disabled in combat fighting for us, so he gets all the money, and it's fucking rad. And we get a real good time. We get to do a bunch of stunt riding, a bunch of partying, full bar, full everything you can imagine. And one of the best stunt lots in town. I gotta fucking whack a bunch of this guy off here. This is the Santora Fabworks rear cage, which this guy's bent a little bit too, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of a straightening today. Put him on some straightener. Look at that, that makes for a good pry bar. Let's cut a few inches off that. I think I'll just eyeball it and hack it. I got Trent doing up the bill where we're at on this thing right now because this is build on a budget, you know. And I got like 13 hours labor in this thing already, which comes out to about $1,400 in labor. And I know we're pretty deep in the parts, so I'm gonna get a good idea of where we at on as far as we've gone so far, so we can keep on that 11,000-ish budget, which is, like I already said before, when it comes to building a custom motorcycle, 11 grand is not going to take you very far. I need some Loctite, Bill.
Yes,
give me a drop of blue right there. It's not like a flat rate situation where you can just go, well, it just costs this, you know, it's a 3-hour job, let's get it done. It's not a 3-hour job. It's a however long it takes me to do this forking job. So, I mean, I got 30 minutes into figuring out how I was going to run the clutch cable this morning. I've mounted the thing up fully like 5 different ways because I want it, you know, a certain way. I've never put a set of these on before. Bill, I need like a fucking 7/32 Allen socket and a ratchet. Here's one problem with putting on shit like this on a Harley Davidson, especially one that's been in a wreck like this guy. Harley Davidson's frames are the most inconsistent pieces of shit on the planet. So anytime we make like our K-bars and shit like that, we make lots of wiggle room in them for that exact reason. Because if you make something like size on and tight and dialed, and then you go to sell them to everybody else in their Harley, it may fit the Harley you made it for, but it ain't going to fit any other Harley Davidson out there. I'm going to have to do a little manipulations. Just right off the get-go, off of fucking Jump Street here. And one problem is these holes don't line up. That ain't got nothing to do with anything other than this thing don't line up. So look at this guy. Bolts up fine without that bullshit on it. He even comes with fancy little doodads. Look at this. Gold cups and all that. Those are extra, mind you, but they're damn nice. She's off just a hair. Ooh, I think I can get it to work. I'm gonna crank on her a little bit.
Nut and bolt to the back of that. Which one?
That's on my ratchet. Finger fucking in the hole there. That's good. Alright, fucking done, man. That bolted right up beautifully. Easily. That bolted up easily right there. So Bill, figure out how them reservoir bracketry deals go on.
They have it showing on
this, so it's probably in between. That's fucking stupid. Puts them way high in the air.
They're wrapping the hose.
I don't ever put them down here. We put them up here, but homeboy wants to have a sissy bar to, you know, take his old lady and shit like that, which is understandable. So we need to put them down here. I don't know.
They're putting the hose through there.
That shit goes. And that's. Seems so low to the ground, having that sticking out like that. That our good friend Butch at Green Brothers Designs donated some parts to this build, so homeboy's coming up. He just wanted to have some rad shit on here. We got the polished and black shift linkage. It's going to go really nice with the style of the bike. I like to thread it out a little bit, put a little Loctite on it. Need a Loctite sponsorship. Permatex Thread Locker. Permatex Thread Locker should sponsor me. Give me some thread locker, y'all. So we're going to be removing this guy. This is I didn't know what the f this is. It's like from the movie Barbed Wire, Pamela Anderson. If anybody's seen it, it's just about as good as that shift linkage is cool. It's like a barbed wire tattoo on a dude. This is easy peasy shit anybody can do themselves. Nice easy upgrade. Here's the originals. We sell all of Green Brothers Designs products. If you ever can't find them, just call the shop, talk to old friendly Trent. Now, this is like your standard bagger style shit like years ago. It was all old guys and just shit fucking style. Fucking horse shit like this. Somebody went into a store and paid money for this. They went, man, that looks fucking awesome. I'm gonna put this on my motorcycle. On purpose. They did this on purpose. This is what's wrong with Harley Davidson. We're trying our goddamnedest to make it cool again. I want red Loctite on these because you don't want your shifter to fall off and leave you stranded. This thing screws in together really nicely. Yeah. oil from where it's all been slipping, you know? If you're gonna do something, at least try and be the best. I made a lot of progress today, but none of the things that I wanted to put on this bike today have been put on it. Something about that fairing. Putting that fairing on, I just got a real mental block with that. Just not wanting to do it. Use a buffing. Old Billy Illy Oxenfree is going to have to do some buffing on this thing. This is some about the only decent license plate bracketry there is out there for these guys. If you want to get rid of the blinkers and all this whole bullshit thing back here, which I'm about to do. This bracket we're putting on is definitely not the best looking bracket, but it's really all there is available. Yeah, that's how you do it. You know what I think I just did? I think I just tacked off the license plate light. Man, that thing's ugly. Very European. You really fornicated because there's not really any other options besides this ugly cocksucker, but it's better than what was back there, I guess. It still blows me away when people complain about my language when they're watching a Harley Davidson motorcycle channel. What are you doing on a Harley then, dude? Sell your motorcycle. Nerd. Fucking nerds. Fucking nerds. That is what's happened to Harley Davidson, why it's going to shit. It's just too many fucking lames these days. Yep. This looks pretty good. Looks performance. Looks performance-y. I mean, that's really what a performance bagger is all about, like looking like it's performance, right? Alright, I'm going to put a Green Brothers Designs flush mount Dyna. I think it's a Dyna front axle in this because it has a Dyna front end on it. So they gave us their new fancy, which I haven't even seen yet. I've never put one in yet. I don't know shit about them yet. But Butch says they're badass, so they're probably badass. So all these videos too, like gets to watch his bike being built on YouTube every Thursday. I'm excited to see what the next piece is. So bud, you're getting a couple freebies right now. Donated by Green Brothers Designs, just because they're stoked about this project too. Who knows? It's simple enough. I never trust a man that wears a fucking dog collar. Seems easy enough. This side right here sets the axle and sets the spacers where everything should sit. This would be the side that I would tighten first. I used to run flush mounts like this on big wheel baggers all the time. There's a million different brands of them out there back in the day. None of them were very good quality though. There we go. Once you get them fairly snug, they kind of hold the axle in place. You can torque it just like you would a rear axle. Now personally, it says that you're supposed to torque this one now to 20 foot-pounds and then pinch this, but then that would push this into the spacer, which it's not supposed to be touching. You should have a gap here. So I don't really agree with the directions at that point. What I'm going to do is, since it will not rotate, I can just torque this. I'm going to torque this to 35. Then I'm going to torque the pinch to keep this fucking leg where it's supposed to be. Then I'm going to torque this side over here. You don't want to squeeze the fork legs in. And if I was to torque that without that being pinched, it's going to squeeze that fork leg in. I set these at 25 foot-pounds. It's 18 to 22 is spec, but they hold 25 pretty good. Start with the front. Click it. Go back over it again. Green Brothers Designs flush mount axle kit. Remember what it looked like before? What she look like now. I need to wipe my dirty ass hands off there, but glossy. It only took a few minutes. I think this is closing statements, everybody. We're gonna call it for the day. We got some things done. Got this guy done. We got the other thing done back there. We did the nice axle thing up here. I gotta go buy a suit for Mr. Rob Rack's wedding this weekend. And on a side note, we got more hats being made. They'll be back in stock really, really soon. We got a whole bunch of new t-shirts and stuff being made. Gotta bring back the classics, the Thug Barian shirt, and the Right Wing. Perfect time for that shirt. And that's it. KRUESI Originals. Check it out. KRUESIOriginals.com. That's the spot. Put the links down the bottom for all this good shit that's on here. Remember to ring that bell, like, and subscribe. Stay posted. Stay with us. Help us grow this thing. Go tell like 2 friends about it once you get off the fucking TV watching this thing. I got nothing else. Peace.